That's really good, y'all. Stock market savage.
You see, the canvas Chuck E. Cheese we used to call them. Yeah. Also, I'll add something if you'd like, Melissa. I mean, I'm used
Melissa, oh shit, we got this. The fuck? This is the power team at the table, man. Bonowin not here. Bonowin is. I respect Bonowin. Shout out Bonowin. You heard me, Guy, Melissa. I seen Dan. I seen Guy. I seen Melissa. I seen what the hell is going on with Karen. She get finer each day. Like, how do you age and get more beautiful each year? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my my sisters. My shout out to my European and Caucasian sisters. I don't like to use the white black terminology. Shout out to my Caucasian and European sisters that age like they melanated women like with the like Karen is fine. Like Karen Finnerman, I call her Karen finer than. She is finer than the average woman her age. Like really. And she get money and she about that money and she helps other people to get money and manage their money because she runs a fund. And shout out Carter, because I'm the descendant of Henry Marshall Alexander Carter. So his first name was my great grandfather's last name. All Carters are wrong. It's a Carter descendants. And if a motherfucker's first name is Carter, man, he off his clinic. And Carter is about that money. Now, we have Dan, the money man. Shout out Dan, the money man, fast money man Dan. Fast money man Dan. And
noise. There's a lot of it these days, especially when it's
Signora Dani, io sono uomo d'amore. Uomo d'amore Adami. Mr. Adami, a man of honor. That's guy. Did I see Tim? Is Tim Seymour on the panel right now? Tim runs a fund. Tim runs an international fund. You mess with Tim, Tim can show you how to get your money into some foreign markets where you can bubble up. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I'm Santorio Hector. I am a Cleveland record producer born in Akron, Ohio, adopted and raised, if y'all don't know, by my mother's Irish Italian part Native American husband. My daddy was in the mafia. I'm a record producer. I used to be a hustler and a drug dealer, but I taught myself how to trade stock and how to invest. I changed my life. I stopped gang banging. I got out the streets. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? And I started donating my payroll check from my job to my music business and marketing and promoting my music. I've been recording music for a long time. That's my Irish Italian father who raised me. That's my father who raised me from a baby, and my uncles. My uncle Keith, rest in peace. My father, Teodoro Eugenio Goffredo. My uncle Robert. My little cousin Rob. I got a crazy life story. I'm a Spanish Indian. I'm a dark skinned Native American. People be assuming that I'm an African American. I'm not. I'm a dark skinned Native American. I told y'all that a rocket was out in the sky. That's why it's cold in Cleveland. They don't care how they affect us. See?
Today, sources telling CNBC the rocket company is eyeing a potential valuation of over $1.75 billion. This is according to then Tesla
right here, like $1.5 trillion or a share of.
You see what I mean? I told y'all they shoot rockets into the sky. Look at the weather in Cleveland. It was just warm as hell. Now we got snowstorm, tornado weather. I told y'all they were shooting rockets into the sky. And now you just heard her on CNBC say that they just launched a rocket into the sky. And look at our weather. It was just warm as hell. This is what happens when they launch rockets into the atmosphere. Look what our we pay the repercussions. Look at the weather in Cleveland. It was just like 60 some degrees and now it feel like it's freezing. It's raining and shit. It was raining so bad last night, and we had flooding in the city in the streets. They talking about tornado warnings because they shooting rockets. And now it's not even just the government. It'll be one thing because even when Japan shoots a rocket, so we got all these foreign countries shooting spaceships and rockets up into the sky. And then we got America that's now letting private citizens make space companies that's shooting rockets into the sky. And this is what's affecting our weather. This is not global warming. If God meant for us to fly into the sky, you know what I mean? I'm just saying though, look at the weather, look at the repercussions from our creations, what we doing, and y'all don't think it's correlative that they shot rockets into the sky? It was warm in Cleveland. They was talking about how it was getting ready to warm up and 60 degree weather and feeling good. And they shoot a spaceship into the sky. And now we got tornadoes and it feel like it's freezing temperatures, like it's wintertime again. That's what I'm saying. This is what I be talking about. How the things that they do affect us in other ways when it's raining and rainstorms and tornadoes and people can't go to work and losing property and damage being done from them launching rockets into the sky. It's unbelievable, but it is what it is. And that's why you should be trying to get this money up out of the stock market. You should. You should be trying to get this money up out of the stock market.
With personal financial advice from an advisor you could trust and goal-based investing in solutions, it's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial, advice worth talking about.
Being a champion isn't about preference.
This is not the time to run from the market. This is the time to run towards it. This is the time that you should be running towards the market. I promise you, this is the time that you should be running towards the market. If you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me, but this is the time. I'm Santorio Hector. I'm not gonna lie to my people. This is that time. This is the time that we should be doing all that we can to make extra money to put into the market while the market is down, while you can be buying stocks at a discounted price so that when America recovers, because as we as Americans understand that we must, move towards righteousness, towards right behaviors, towards right mentalities, towards, you know, we are supposed to take care of the less fortunate. We are supposed to give out of our wealth to charity to take care of our families and the less fortunate. I don't believe that the wealthy should be taxed because they put in the work and do what they need to do to go out here and earn an income. I believe that, you know, no Americans were taxed. Taxation without representation. No American is truly represented by this government. This government does what the government wants to do for the government and for those that work for the government so that they are compensated and that they and their families are taken care of. That's why minimum wage has went from $2.10 in 1978 to $8.50 50 fucking years later. But if you look at a senator or a state representative's pay, their pay has increased over 1,000%, but the American citizens that work and that are the foundations of these corporations and the money that's made in the market um, don't deserve a decent wage. Minimum wage in America should be $15 an hour because you can, if you are responsible with your money, it may not be a lot, but if you do what you need to do and manage your money right, and especially if you learn how to invest, you can build and start the building blocks of obtaining and achieving the American dream with $15 an hour. But anything less than that is uncivilized. You know what I mean? Come on now. If they really talking about let's make America great again, you want to make America great. Let's make America great. Really, truly. I don't know if it's ever been great to make it great again, but we can make America great.
I mean, look at what the tape has done over just the last couple of days of Microsoft. You'd think you'd see a relief rally, you're not. So again, I understand it's part of software that
We
is
can, it's MAG or MAGA, make America great. Or if it was ever great, yeah, let's make it great again. But the way to do that, yeah. Carter,
that were sort of saying something all along, semis up, 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 but if I got and maybe dead flat 6 months.
Carter usually clean shaven. The market got motherfuckers like, fuck it, I'm growing my beard out. Mm. I had went clean shaven. You know what I'm saying? Cause of notion. Look, the homies like, yeah, everybody motherfuckers like, fuck this shit. We ain't even shaving. Must be made. He gotta be shaving. Dan, you know, Dan the man. The women, the money panel,
Importantly around inflation with oil prices being high.
Michael Pantopoulos, my Greek brother.
And since then, inflation's been
Migulasso Contablo.
this war. You saw ISM prices paid today was through the roof. And oil prices are certainly not helping. And so I think inflation is going to be elevated for some time. Investors aren't giving that enough due. Rates probably need to go higher. And that's
Look at the S&P.
Why you think inflation will stick? Because I feel like that is the out of
Damn, the S&P supposed to be $7,000 right now. Well, maybe it's not, because what is what shall be. God is in control. But those of us that were the real bulls, we saw the S&P at 7,000 right now. Come on now, look at this shit. Everything, the indexes are up, but still.
we didn't think the Fed was going to cut going into March. We think if things go back to the way they were, they're still not going to cut. The economy is quite strong. Earnings growth is pretty strong. Inflation doesn't seem to be trending towards 2%. Certainly not the inflation the Fed cares about. And so there's a chance that oil does go back down. You see headline come down a little bit from the 4% estimates or whatever some of the economists out there are saying today. But it's hard to envision where you get to 2% without a real growth shock.
So if let's say Warsh becomes the new chair and there's some resolution with what's happening in the Middle East, do you think it would only be labor that would get the Fed to cut, or would just Warsh cut no matter what?
Well, I think there's what should happen and what will happen.
Look at that cute ass woman. About the bag though. Get to the money though. Get to the money though. Yeah, Cougar with the bag, with Cougar with the bag on that ass. You know what I'm talking about?
24 when the 50 rates went higher. You saw really since they've
No, but seriously, all jokes aside, I love these guys. They have helped me to change my life by helping me to learn investing and to know and understand and keep up with what's really going on in the market and to take the opinions of the professionals and then compare it with, my own research and analysis to make my own personal decisions.
Yeah, it depends on really two things. One is if the Fed cuts in the context of 3.5%, 4% inflation, I think you could go well north of 5%. If you kind of go back to where we were pre-war, and you're just hovering around 3.2%.
Damn, I want the treasury yield.
Yeah, so we're raising
Bunker trade, Michael.
was it?
It sounds like a bunker trade.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bunker trade. For me, a bunker trade would be shifting our entire portfolio to staples, healthcare, utilities, really defensive positioning. We actually maintained I wouldn't necessarily say a pro-cyclical stance, but we stayed, overweight emerging markets, overweight international, overweight industrials and energy and materials in the U.S. on an equity-only basis. But in our balanced portfolio, we did raise cash to account for.
So now listen to what he's saying. Listen to where he's invested at. What sectors he just told you where his money is still invested. This is why you have to watch these shows and understand and be able to decipher. He just so if you go back and you rewatch my episode, you will see everywhere that his fund is currently invested. That means that's where they have active cash. And then you can go look up that fund and find out what stocks that they are invested in that particular fund. And if you really want to do the research, because if that's where he's moving his money to those particular areas, that's where he feels that those areas are the strongest, and that will be able to undergird their portfolio during a continuous downtrend. So it's so a lot of this is being able to analyze and dissect the information. And if you can interpret and analyze and look at Venture Global, BG, I got into it at $10 a share and it went up and see HR. I'm on a mission. I got a whole plan.
Shower. Now you can have a new one installed in just 1 day.
All of these stocks. Imagine, imagine the 1,000 baggers out there and the 10,000 baggers out there that's like at a price that you wouldn't even imagine. You're like, this stock is about to crash because the market is down, but it's a 10,000 bagger. Robinhood is $70 a share.
Every time I step in my old house, I worried I might fall. I don't have
In October, that stock was 130 something dollars a share. Robinhood is $70 a share. And I will repeat, in October of 2025, Robinhood was like at 130 something dollars a share. And I lost so much fucking money on on these power stocks that I'm not even tripping. It's the beauty of understanding that this shit has me so motivated. Losing money, when losing money becomes a motivating factor, you become a different type of human being.
Welcome everyone. Let's check in. How's your
When making money excites you and losing money is motivation, not disappointment or it makes you upset. Losing money is a motivation. You are functioning on a different level, and it's not because it's not about revenge trading. You're not even jumping into the next trade, but it is a motivation to be a better trader and to learn more and to be more precise in your decision making. And so you take in more information, you do more research if you're serious, but you definitely never consider quitting. This is what Trap was talking about. This is the life. This is the life.
FDA greenlit its weight loss pill Fundeo. It is the second GLP-1 pill to hit the market following Novo Nordisk's launch of oral Wegovy earlier this year. For more on how the drug
Weight loss pills and shots. Nobody wants to get in the gym and stay in the gym anymore and live a healthy lifestyle and eat right. Yeah, nobody wants to do it. It's amazing. Fast money. The money team.
both of those are less than Lily's weekly shot Zepbound, which is considered
Like and subscribe over here. When you pop in the live, y'all know we got a different program over here in that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like every other uh, podcaster or YouTuber that created a financial literacy channel. Y'all know it's about music and it's about the market, money, and music. You know what I'm saying? Santorio Hector, download the albums on all music platforms featuring artists from New York to California. Go check out my records. Go add the records on your Apple Music, your Tidal, your Spotify, your Amazon, your Pandora, your Napster, your Deezer, wherever you listen to your music, you know what I'm saying? Your iHeartRadio. Wherever you listen to your music, go check out the records that I produce featuring artists from all across this country. Santorio Hector. And you know, like and subscribe. Ain't nothing changed. I wouldn't care how I got to get it. At 1,000 subscribers, we giving away $1,000, $100 to 10 supporters. If you bring subscribers to the channel and you bring people to the channel, you will be put to the front as far as the people that will receive the $100 cash giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers. The reason being is when we hit 1,000 subscribers, at that point, this channel will be able to be monetized. And when this channel begins to be able to be in a position to generate income, I want to let my supporters know that I appreciate you and I want to give back. Karen Finer than. Look at this fine ass woman. Look at Mrs. Finnerman. She is married. I do see that big ass ring on her finger, but I don't, I don't, I don't do married women, but I can say that a married woman is fine. If she's fine, she's fine. Fine as a mother, fine. Yeah, but that go, Melissa, Melissa.
A drug.
Shout out the whole money team. Y'all know I would be having fun with it. But yeah, shout out to the money team. These are the investors, the fund managers, and
Of course, is
the pros in the industry and in the world of investing that I learn a lot from and I listen to. All jokes aside. Carter, everybody, all of the panelists and the guest panelists that are featured on Fast Money, you can learn something from them and you can get some information that will allow you to position yourself to make money.
Hoax. One of the chart masking says shares of specialty retailer Burlington are heading higher from here. And here's a sneak peek in Kramer Cam. Jim's funding
Shout out to the loved ones.